Hey, what it do? This your boy AJ. Other deep thought. I'm back at it again, once again, man. On the live tip, y'all know what it is. If y'all join the live, make sure you hit the like button and make sure you subscribe, man. Make sure you show love to the channel and the page and all that good stuff. So I ain't finna waste no time, man. I'm finna go and jump right into it with this live video real quick. I ain't finna be long today. I just wanted to talk about this whole Aries Spears and Ice Cube situation. You know what I'm saying? And I want to just talk about the difference between having a critical opinion on somebody and just being a straight up ass hater. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like the situation between Cube and Aries Spears is a situation that we can learn. We can learn from. Like we can learn from that situation. We actually can learn from it. If we are willing to learn for real. You know what I'm saying? But let me not get ahead of myself, man. For the ones who are in the live, man, I'm trying to see how many people gonna join the live today, or should I say tonight? You know what I'm saying? If you join the live, make sure you hit that like button. Make sure y'all run up the channel. You feel me? So we finna go and get started. As y'all should know, Aries Spears and Ice Cube, they are both going viral for them having a back and forth. Well, maybe not a back and forth, but they responded to each other, and it all stemmed from Aries Spears doing several interviews. The first interview he did with Big Boy TV. Y'all know Big Boy. Shout out to Big Boy, Big Boy's Neighborhood. And on that podcast, Aries Spears decides, they brought up Ice Cube, or whatever, whatever. And Aries Spears, he said that he's not a fan of Ice Cube. He don't like his movies. He don't like his music. But that ain't all that he just said. That ain't all that he said about when it pertains to Ice Cube. And we finna get into it, man. Shout out to the brother Farset of Farset Media, man, on YouTube for the video today, man, that I'm checking out. You know what I'm saying? I will leave the link down in the bottom of the description. You know what I'm saying? I will leave his link down at the bottom of the description, at the end of this live video. So we finna check out this video. I ain't finna waste no time, man. Let's get into it.
Gotta say it was a good day.
Oh boy. What if I told you comedian Aries Spears has found himself embroiled in another conflict, in some hot water again, boiling hot water? Aries Spears was on Big Boy's Neighborhood and made some comments about hip hop, an area he seems to talk about quite a bit, and one rapper in particular, Ice Cube, while on the West Coast. You can't make this stuff up. What is wrong with this dude? Like, really? Like, so many unforced errors.
I'm glad you said that.
But there's a flip side to that. Pac's not from the West Coast.
Right. And let me tell you too, Aries, the last couple and few days,
Yeah.
now it seems like there's this conversation of Tupac that I've never heard within the since this list dropped. I'm hearing so many, now people, even Complex double back, and they did do you consider Tupac a LA rapper? And now the content is like, no, he's not LA. Tupac is from Maryland. Tupac is from the East Coast. Tupac is from the Bay. Tupac represents the West Coast. It's all these things now where they're kicking up dust, having these conversations because these lists create that. I go somewhere, Aries in head, and people ask me, what's your top five? I don't do top fives. What's your goat? I don't do goats.
Want to see me shake this up real quick?
Go ahead.
Watch the comments. Now, when people talk about, you ask anybody, no matter where their region, give me a top 5 rappers. Pac's usually always in that list.
Right.
I don't ever put Pac up there with the top rappers because when I think rap, I think lyricist. Pac was not the greatest lyricist. He was energy. He was passion. He made you.
Now we finna get close to him speaking on Q, but we ain't there yet. So just pay attention to the video as we watching it. You know what I'm saying? For the ones that's on the live, shout out to y'all for sure, for sure. I appreciate it. You did. We finna get deep in this video real quick. Just pay attention to how Aries Spears changed the whole scenery once Ice Cube's name gets dropped. Just pay attention.
Feel him. If that nigga said, nigga, tear the club up, you want to
Right.
tear the club up.
Nah, Pac was more than that. Pac was a poet and a revolutionary as well. Like,
Facts.
come on, let's not forget that. You want to say he
Facts.
was less than just to
Facts.
kind of fit your argument, but
Facts.
it doesn't work that way. Already have a problem on his hip hop take.
Right.
It's too simplistic.
Dear mama, you
Right.
wanted to hug your mama.
Right. That's why I only want to speak on the Ice Cube shit. I don't want to speak on him what he said about Pac. I made a video about that years ago, so I ain't got to get into none of that. So we just gonna carry on with it.
When you think about lyricism, Nas, Jay-Z, Biggie, Jadakiss,
All New
my
York rappers.
lyrics, spitters.
All New York guys you just named, by the way.
Jay-Z, I'm going to quote him. New York, home of the spitters. New York is a spitters.
All right. Well, let's
Well,
move
Ray
on.
Vaughn said that Ice Spice is the king of New York right now. So.
Who said that? Ray Vaughn said
Ray
that.
Vaughn said Ice Spice is the king of New York. So.
Hey, see, Ray Vaughn is this list. Ray Vaughn's just trying to start some shit. I'll see you soon, Ray Vaughn.
I don't know who Ray Vaughn is.
Right.
I don't know who Ray Vaughn or Ice Spice is. I'm gonna admit, because I catch flack for this. I am somewhat East Coast biased.
Right.
I'm West Coast biased.
But
I'm glad he said that. I'm glad he said that. After he said that, this is where the tone finna get set right here. I'm glad he said he East Coast bias. I'm glad he said that because the tone is about to get set in this video. We just got to keep watching though. Let's get into it.
with heavy validation. Name to me rappers who are better than the ones I just said.
For me, if I'm going, Ice Cube is a fucking
I
lyricist.
can't stand Ice Cube.
Here we
That's
go.
crazy. That's
I'm
we
not
go.
a fan of him lyrically or acting wise.
Really?
He's the same. in
How much time we
every
got left here? Because should I just tell him?
Now see, after he said that, that should have been the end of the conversation. That should have been the end. But no, that wasn't the end. He had to keep it going. He had to keep the shit going. So let's get back into it.
Leave now?
Let me
Or?
tell you something. Tommy Chung, comedian
That's
Tommy
egregious.
Chung.
I know Tommy Chung.
Tommy Chung did a great joke. He goes, here's Ice Cube as a gynecologist. Hey, Miss Jenkins, I looked at your chart. Now get up on that thigh.
That's racist. I don't know how it's racist, but what you just did is racist.
It's racist and it's some cold shit that I'm not gonna sit next to you.
Whatever that was racism.
He's a lawyer. I object, Your Honor. He wasn't even there.
Oh man.
As a surgeon, give me that scalpel so I cut into that spleen.
So you don't feel Ice Cube as a lyricist?
Not at all.
Wait a minute.
You don't think that-
One of the songs I hate the most, if it comes on, I want to shoot the radio. Today was a good day.
And I want to stop right here. And it's funny that he mentions today was a good day. It is very funny. Now, most people, if you've been around long enough to know when Ice Cube was just rapping, forget about what you see today of Cube. Forget about today, Cube of today. We know what he is of today. Let's go all the way back to about 90, 91. We talking about right after he left NWA. I'm talking about right after he left NWA and he worked on his solo project. Everybody and they mama called Cube crazy for not only, leaving NWA and, doing his solo record, but leaving NWA and teaming up with the Bomb Squad. Yeah. If you don't know who I'm talking about the legendary Bomb Squad, part of the legendary group PE, which is Public Enemy. You know what I'm saying? Which is a group that is from New York. You feel what I'm saying? For you youngsters, y'all look them up if you don't know who I'm talking about. That's Chud D, Flavor Flav, Terminator X. I can keep going on. But anyway. I brought that up because he bring up a song that at the time when Q made it, a lot of people didn't like it. Only because they felt like it wasn't him or they thought it wasn't him. I don't know what the hell it was. But for some reason, they didn't like this song. But yet, most people would say that's probably one of the greatest rap songs ever made. Hell, yeah, for years, motherfuckers saying one of the coldest songs, not coldest, but one of the most informed songs of hip hop of as far as switching scenery, changing it up. Everything don't have to be hard and gangster and tough and rough. But yet, you bring up Today Was a Good Day, and you just ignored half of Cube's catalog. You ignored half of his catalog. So we ain't gonna mention the nigga you love to hate. We ain't gonna mention man, come on, man. Once upon a time in the projects, yo, I damn near had to whack a like what is we talking about, bro? Like real shit. And see, it's sad because I mess with Aries Spears. I actually like him as a comedian, but Aries Spears has a tendency to be on some hater and then switch up and act like he wasn't hating. He was telling jokes. You know what I'm saying? And you gonna see what I mean because he responds back to Ice Cube. We gonna get to the Ice Cube response, but we gotta start from the beginning right here because I feel like Aries Spears failed to understand nor failed to realize that he be in his own way when it comes to certain things. Like he really be in his own way, like straight up. You know what I'm saying? And I just feel like you could have made your opinion about Cube without doing all that extra stuff. You know what I'm saying? But let's get back to the video.
One of the biggest songs ever.
Hey, you're not gonna beat this hater beef if that is the song that set you off. Today Was a Good Day by Ice Cube. Come on, man. This is ridiculous, Aries. You can't be that much of a hip hop purist and only be into lyricists and not understand the storytelling genius of Today Was a Good Day. The Isley Brothers.
Exactly.
This is why you get called a hater. This is exactly why you get called a hater.
For one,
Facts.
Ice Cube is one of my favorite lyricists.
Facts.
So,
Great guy.
not even on some great guy. Lyricist, man. When people say what's the
Nigga, Ice Cube, nigga, I don't have a top 5 and Ice Cube in my top 5. To me, Ice Cube is top 5, one of the greatest storytellers in hip hop. I'm not finna debate nobody with that. I ain't finna do none of that. I'm just throwing it out there. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think Aries Spears understand the type of damage control he gonna have to do. He gonna have to keep making more videos about explaining himself because everything you said in this clip with Big Boy was goofiness. Like straight up, man.
best diss song? I go straight to
No Vaseline.
No Vaseline from
That's
Ice
my
Cube.
camera right there, right?
Yeah. I go straight to No Vaseline. Ice Cube, the N-word you love to hate, all the shit with the NWA. Ice Cube's America's Most Wanted album, one of the best hip hop albums to me,
Don't do
bro.
it for me at all.
Really?
No.
Now, see, this is when now I paused it right here on purpose. Look at this nigga smiling, bro. So this indicating to me you either trolling or you really believe the words that you saying. Like, discredit the fact, just forget about the fact that Ice Cube had to cross to the East to make his first album because he couldn't have Dre as his producer. Like, then the person that Cube was looking for, he couldn't find them. He messed around and got blessed because he was cool with Chuck D anyway. He just let him and the goddamn Bomb Squad get together. Like what is like what the I swear, bro. I swear to God, bro. This shit crazy to me. But let's get back to it.
No. It's so. And listen, let me be clear. I got love for the West Coast. Snoop's my guy.
I can tell.
Snoop's my guy. Snoop's first album, Doggy Style, I wore it.
Dude, I don't know if we continue this conversation or if we supposed to like pack him out right now.
Big boy,
Like somebody in the comments gonna be like, Big, you in head? No,
Yeah.
but this is definitely your opinion.
Hey, somebody called Zoe Williams. I think Zoe Williams had the right idea. That was in the West Coast too. I mean, this is what I'm saying. Like, you can't have such abrasive takes and then not expect some pushback. Of course, this word got back to Ice Cube. I know he's a very busy man. He's running the Big Three right now. He's also basketball league. Like, he's got a lot of stuff going on. But somehow he was at an interview and somebody played him the clip of Aries Spears speaking so disparagingly. This is the thing. Like, Ice Cube is a legend. How can you say you're a fan of the West Coast and not put Ice Cube highly regarded in there?
Exactly. Like, bruh, I don't give a damn who you are. I don't give a damn where you from. I don't give a damn where you be. When you think of the West Coast, bruh, 9 times out of 10, if you're a hip hop head and you think about the West Coast, you thinking about Ice Cube. Like, I don't give a damn who you are. Like, the mind's footprint is all over hip hop. It don't even make sense. Like, one of the early pioneers of hip hop coming out of the West Coast, right behind Ice-T and them. Then leave a highly successful rap group to do his own solo, and he F around and become a legend in doing his own solos. Got 3-4 classic albums. Like, come on, bro. Like, then transition from the rap to doing movies, then eventually starting to produce and direct his own. Like, what is we talking about, bro? You can't say shit like Ice Cube sucks and think a nigga don't supposed to get mad. Like, what the hell? Like, huh? Like, seriously. Again, your opinion. You entitled to it. But don't get upset when someone responds to it.
He wrote the first raps for NWA. Like, literally wrote all of his own raps. He's getting credit for a pen. He's ghostwriting for people. He brought Yo-Yo out. He brought all these, like, multiple generations. Like, this is why Aries Spears' take is so unreasonable.
Yeah.
It's subjective.
Yeah, it's subjective, very.
We only hit him 4 times, not 14.
What about the game as a lyric?
That was
hilarious.
I love how you brought the topic.
Was that a reference to Zoe Williams? That was about 14 bows, wasn't it?
Ice Cube's in the building. Yeah. What's happening?
What's happening with you, man?
Hey, I want to ask you something, man. I saw a comedian speaking kind of bad about you, man.
Who is this?
Aries Spears.
Oh, that dude?
Yeah. He said there's nothing
Is he a comedian? Because he ain't never made me laugh, so I don't know if he a comedian.
Did you hear what he said?
What'd he say?
He said it was nothing about you impresses him. From movies to rapping, nothing at all impresses him. I'm like, wow, like what?
Ice Cube does nothing for me as a rapper and an actor. The song that makes me want to jump out of a window is Have a Good Day. Today was a good day. Rolling down the street in my 6'4". Police didn't come bother us no more. You might as well have them say green eggs and ham. Sam, I am.
Suckers usually don't like me. You know what I'm saying? Like the people that you know, they usually don't like me when they coming from that angle. That's cool though. You know, everybody got their opinion, and they all stink. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, it's cool. You know, he entitled to his opinion. It's the feeling is mutual. You know, I don't think he on anybody's list of top 10 comedians. You know what I mean? In the black community for sure. I don't even know if he's on the register with us.
Ice Cube rather classily dropped bombs on Aries Spears, man, talking about his relevance. And you see that gets under a comedian like Aries' skin because Aries prides himself on being one of the greatest comedians of his generation. He wants to be regarded as the Richard Pryors and Dave Chappelle's and everybody else. He wants to be on the Mount Rushmore. And he is talented as far as like doing voices and, you know, all his stand-up, like he sells out.
And all this is very, very true. But like I said earlier in the video, he get in his own way. He probably could have been one of the greatest if he would have never gotten his own damn way. And this is an example of it. You know what I'm saying?
Shows, you know what I mean? He does shows all over the country, comedy clubs all over the country. But what Ice Cube said, I'm sure some people have said that about him, that he's never made them laugh. Well, of course, you know Aries wasn't going to allow that to stand. Of course, he's going to respond.
Yo, what up, it's your boy Aries Spears here. Listen, I want to have a conversation with y'all about a word that I think is so overly used and abused. Hate/hater. Because apparently I'm the poster child for the world's biggest hater. If you look up the word hate, it's my picture. When did we get to a point where unless your opinion, and last time I checked as human beings, we're all allowed to opinions. At what point does it get to where unless your opinion is favorable about a person or a thing and goes with the flow of everyone else, you're a hater? I don't understand that. Am I not allowed to have an opinion and voice it if it's not in the direction of everybody else?
Well, you got to know that when you're talking about somebody that is regarded as a legend, that his supporters and his fans are going to come back, rightfully so. They're going to say something. You know, you had two of them in the room there with you. Like they said, they were about to pack you out. But you can't act confused or be, when you're called a hater, when you unprovoked make a comment. It almost sounded like you had a set speech ready to talk trash about Ice.
Exactly. And that's the thing. It ain't what you do, it's how you do, baby. If you would have just said, Ice Cube, I'm not a fan of, he does nothing for me at all, and left it right there, don't even have to go no further, that would have been respected. Because you done made, if somebody would have made a video about that, you know what I'm saying, the conversation probably would have been more like, that's his opinion, that's how he feels, there's nothing else to be said. Because he made it clear and sweet. I'm not a fan of Cube. He does nothing for me. That's it. But when you go back and you try to talk ish about the brother's career, you talking about he wasn't a good actor, he don't have range. You think I forgot about that shit you did on Vlad TV? That's where the shit stems from. Like, you can't say stuff like that, then double back and come back when someone like Q responds back to you. See, you thought Q wasn't gonna respond, which I thought I really wouldn't thought Q would have been paying Aries Spears any amount of attention. But again, whoever that radio host was brought it to Cube's attention, which made him respond, which is why you thought you had to come back and say all that. Now, even though I can agree with, yeah, I feel like a lot of this generation is kind of soft, given to certain things and, certain circumstances and whatnot. But when it comes to talking ish on a person and calling it your opinion, that's where the bullshit lies. That's exactly where the bullshit lies. And now you want to act like a deer in the headlights over the situation now because somebody done responded. Come on, bro.
Cube. Now, it's a material. You're a comedian. Obviously, we shouldn't take everything you say seriously, but come on, man. You got to understand why people have resistance and why people might want to call you a hater.
Recently, I was on Vlad TV and I did an interview and we were talking about hip hop and rappers, and Ice Cube came up. And I said, look, man, I'm not a fan of Ice Cube musically or theatrically. I'm not a fan. And somebody sent me a clip where Ice Cube responded. He was on a radio show and the dude played him the snippet. And the first thing Ice Cube says is, well, most suckers don't like me. Then he goes on to say, I never heard of this dude. Then he finishes by saying, well, he's just not funny. Well, you can't have it.
He never said he never heard of you.
He never said
you're adding that for some reason.
He said, oh, that dude, he
already. If you don't know
knew
who I am, how do you know if I'm funny or not? So you can't have it both ways. And for the record, I respect Ice Cube, the man. I respect Ice Cube in terms of what he's brought to the game. He's one of the pioneers. So hats off to him for that. I just said I wasn't a fan of his artistry. I never attacked him as a man.
You said a little bit more than you weren't a fan of his artistry. You literally did an impersonation talking about.
Like, come on, man. What the fuck? Like, what the fuck, man? Like, come on, bro. Like, really, man? You did a full impersonation. Like, come on, bro. Come on, man. What?
Oh. Get up on that thing. Whatever that was. It was kind of funny. But and I think Ice Cube could even realize it was probably a little bit funny. But still.
I never attacked him in terms of his character. I said I wasn't a fan of his artistry. Why am I not allowed to feel that way? Why is that? And then secondly, it's always funny. People call me a hater because they love to highlight when I say I don't like something as though I don't have love for anything. Listen, I'm a fan of basketball. Just not a big LeBron fan. I respect him, but I'm not a LeBron fan. But I love Jordan. I love Magic. I love Bird. I love D Wade. So how come that never gets highlighted? When it comes to rap music, yes, I'm not a fan of Ice Cube. I love Jay-Z. I love Nas. I love Jadakiss. I love Snoop. How come that don't get highlighted? When it comes to boxing, I'm a huge boxing fan. I'm not a Floyd Mayweather fan, but I love Mike Tyson. I worshiped Ali. I love Roy Jones, who I know, and Roy's a fan of mine. So again, because I might not like something or someone, why is it hate?
And I want to pause it right here because I want to say this about this. Everything you said again applies to the latter when it comes to when you give your opinion. And that's it. You didn't just give no opinion. You gave your opinion, but you had to elaborate on your opinion. You had to make examples out the opinion. You had to go beyond that. You couldn't just say I'm not a fan of Cube and kept it pushing. You had to impersonate his voice or how he sounded. You know what I'm saying? Like, bruh, at that point, that ain't just giving an opinion. That just sounded like a hater. You know what I'm saying? Like, real talk, that's what it sounds like.
Instead of an opinion, a subjective opinion. Is that how moist we've become as a generation? That we can't not like something? That's absolutely fucking ridiculous.
Like when you go on to say he's not a great actor and he's had a a long story career, 30-year career as an
Like 30
actor.
plus years.
Like, it doesn't make any sense. I'm going to give you a very valuable lesson that an acting teacher, a great acting teacher, once gave to me. I had an issue with an actor that was very popular, that was out there in the movies and was oversaturated, in my opinion. I said, I'm just not a fan of what this actor does. I'm just not. And it was a conversation that was going on that spilled outside of the classroom into the common area at lunch. He pulled me to the side and he said, "You know what? That actor is a fan of yours." And it stopped me for a second. I don't know if he was just trying to appeal to my ego at the moment, but it stopped me and it had me think for a second. Like, I'm literally out here alienating somebody just because I feel a certain way about their talent, or I feel a certain way about how they're oversaturated in the market or all the opportunities that they're getting.
Right.
That person might be a fan of you. Aries Spears, what if Ice Cube was actually a fan of your comedy until you said that very thing? What if he thinks you're the next Patrice O'Neal? Which I know you would like to be in that position, because I watched one of your specials and you matched all of Patrice's cadences. You literally studied his cadence and matched it.
Yep.
Think we didn't notice that?
Exactly.
But that's the point.
Yep.
You never know who's a fan of you, and you run the risk of alienating them.
Facts.
There's no reason to be negative.
Right.
There's no reason to be a hater.
Right.
Because what's for you is for you, and what's for them is for them.
Exactly.
Well, anyway, what do y'all think about that?
Yeah, man. Shout out to Fawcett Media, man, for the video, for sure, man. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to him and what he got going. I will leave the link down in the bottom of the description. Look here, man. Before I wrap the live up, I just be tripping, like seriously. Again, you could have gave your opinion about Cube without going beyond what you did. Like, some things are just unnecessary. There's a lot of folks I don't like, I don't listen to. But I ain't gonna disrespect them. If someone asks me about them, I say I'm not a fan of such and such. But I respect person, you know what I'm saying? They doing their thing though. And that's it. That's it. I ain't gotta go beyond that. I ain't gotta say nothing different. But if I start trying to emulate the dude and I try to roast the dude, talk ish about the dude, of course he gonna respond. And hell, you can't even give an opinion no more. You know what I'm saying? Q from the old school, so he already knew what it is. If Aries Spears would have said that to one of these new rappers, these one of these new young rappers, and it could have been 100% true, they not finna respond like Q respond. They gonna respond with a switch. I hate to say that, but I'm keeping it real. So this is why Aries Spears get in his own way. He need sometimes you can respect a person while giving your opinion. You know what I'm saying? You can still respect a man while giving your opinion, and everything could be respected within it. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like Aries Spears, he I think he lost sight of that. He ended up losing sight of that because he don't know. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, man, we about to wrap it up real quick. About to go and get up off this live. I will catch y'all in the next live video that I make. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate y'all for I appreciate y'all for showing love on the channel. You deal what I'm saying? So we finna go and ride up out of here real quick. We trying to see what song. I don't know what bump. I don't know what YouTube be trying to ban me for playing my music. You know what? I'm finna go and get up out of here. I ain't finna play with y'all. I will see y'all in the next live, man. The next live is coming soon. I will see y'all. So we finna try to roll out real quick.
Hey, what's up?
But
Why you blowing up my pager?
I,
Blowing up your pager? Up like that? Yesterday I was cold, and today I'm blowing you up. Where you at?
I'm at the studio. Why you checking me?
Oh, now I'm checking you. Now you all that, huh? Everybody jocking Tupac. Well, I ain't jocked before, and I sure ain't jocking that.
I ain't got time for this, man. I'm out.
As soon as I leave the house, you wanna page me. See, you got me trapped, I'm going crazy, this is slavery. You act like it's a race, just give me space and we'll get better. And maybe we will argue and be through with all these sorry letters. As soon as I come home, it's like I get the third degree. Where you been and who you with, I get no room to breathe.
I wish I could have bought some Ice Cube, but y'all know how YouTube is.
Question me about my whereabouts, that's what I'm slipping you. Let me live my life and you can live yours. Just be there to help me and support is what you're here for. Not to give me stress and add the pressure. Home is where I go, the rest I go to pass the test. I'm sorry if I left you all alone, but I couldn't make it home, so we argue on the phone. Don't you trust me? Don't you trust me? Don't you trust me? Calling up my house and hanging everything that makes sense. Tell me what it takes for us to shake so we can be friends. It's time for us to take our separate paths. We had a lot of laughs, but the good things come to the past. Let's make it an even break, don't make it scandalous. Trying to be a true and pretty sure that we can handle this. You're saying I'm too busy, I agree. I guess you didn't hear me when I said that I can't move. But now I see the arguments and nightly. I wanna hold you tightly, but instead you wanna fight me. So why let it stress and aggravate me? Instead I'd rather break, hope you don't hate me. You tell me that you love me, but you're lying. Fighting back the earth and start crying. I wipe away the tears coming up. I love you like you love me. But don't you trust me?